This week we are trying every single coffee shop in the West Village. Because let's be honest, what's worse than paying $8.50 for a completely bland and milky latte?
So we are going to every single spot so you don't have to. And we don't mean just a few spots. We are literally going to every single coffee shop in the neighborhood.
That is 20 different coffee shops in the course of a week, with one caveat. No major chains. Sorry, Starbucks. Now, here's how this is gonna work. We've actually mapped out 20 different small chain coffee shops in the West Village, and each day this week, we're gonna hit up about 5 of them.
And we're ordering the same thing at every single spot, an oat milk latte, because that is our go-to order. And honestly, if a coffee shop can't do that right, it's a no-go from us.
Each latte is getting ranked on a tier list from F tier all the way up to the elusive S tier, and we're ranking all these lattes purely based off of taste and taste alone, nothing else.
Spoiler alert, we do find an S tier, but it was a lot harder than we thought.
We'll still mention price, vibes, anything else worth noting, but they just won't affect the final rating.
Because this is a latte showdown, not a vibes contest.
Our first stop is Café Aronne. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It was originally started as an espresso scooter back in March 2020, and I think their original location is in the Upper East Side. But it's a clean organic coffee bar, and they roast their own beans in the Hudson Valley, so it's local. Also, it's fully kosher.
Nothing too notable about the inside of this place, but I will say the coffee was only $6.25 before tip, which I feel like was pretty good, right?
It's definitely a milk-forward latte. I mean, that is what latte means. Like, we know that, I know, but...
Okay, based off your rating, I was expecting it to be more milky. I think the color is more milky than the taste, but it's still not great.
I know my final rating.
What's yours?
I'm gonna rate it a C.
I was gonna rate it a C too, unfortunately.
C for Café Aronne.
And I also want to mention, like, West Village is not our neighborhood, so like we're pretty unbiased about all of these coffee shops.
Very unbiased.
We haven't been to, I think,
Almost
the majority
any
of these.
Yeah.
So
off to stop number 2.
up next is Fellini. This is a true West Village standout. It opened in mid-July 2023 on a triangle corner of 7th Avenue and Waverly Place. What is this? That looks so good.
It's a glow juice.
Can I just do an oat or ice oat milk latte? Yeah. How do I put into words what I'm experiencing right now? I think I'm gonna let my expression do the talking, and I'm gonna have Lucy try this first.
Okay. It's a little bit better than the last one to me. It's creamier. It tastes exactly like really milky coffee ice cream. I'm gonna give this a B-.
Yeah, honestly, this one's like pretty similar to me, but you're right on it being a little smoother, but I don't think it like moves up a point for me. I'm gonna give this a C. So moving forward in this, if we do have different answers, we're typically just gonna meet in the middle, but since I said C and she said B, we're actually just gonna go with the higher of the two. This is B tier. Since we're doing 5 coffees today, I'm sorry we can't finish all these, but we are saving them. Nothing's going to waste. Hey, that's pretty good right there.
I think I've had a sip of each.
Our coffee budget this month is gonna be crazy.
Our next stop is Cafe Panino Mucho Giusto. This place has been around for almost 3 decades, since 1996, the year we were born. So it's a West Village staple. It's home to a lot of artists, like authors and artist types like to gather here on their classic wooden tables. I'm just deeply impressed that it's been around this long. How are you doing?
Good, how are you guys?
Doing well, thank you. Could we just get an iced oat milk latte to go?
Yes.
It felt like such a place to be creative. They're also very much known for their sandwiches, so I think we need to go back and get that next time. All right, taste test. I think this is my least favorite so far. No. Oh, I wanted to love it so much.
It just tastes like very burnt, not great. I kind of got excited when they said they had like a small or large option, because I feel like I like a smaller coffee because then like the ratio is better, but this is still quite large. I can't imagine what a large would be if this is the small. Regardless, I'm gonna go with D tier.
I'm gonna give this a D rating.
Okay, number 4 of the day, we are going to Hungry Ghost. I've actually always wanted to try this. I'm kind of excited about it. This was a Brooklyn-born roastery founded in 2012. Kind of surprised by that too. I thought this would have been like more recent. I guess this place has a dozen shops. Did you know that? That's a lot of shops. Is that a chain at that point? Should we not be going here? Oh well, it's already on the list. We're going. All right, here goes nothing. It almost tastes like syrupy without having syrup in it. Wow. Are we gonna get bad reviews to all of these? One more sip. It's growing on me. It's actually really growing on me.
Oh, kind of tastes like woodsy. They use Stumptown beans. There's a lot of depth to that espresso. Okay, I would say it's very espresso forward. I just don't know if it's maybe my favorite kind of espresso, but I think this is a solid latte. Is it the best? No, I'm still gonna give it a B tier, but I would be content with this.
I'm gonna give this B tier. I think it's pretty solid, like one of the better ones we've had today for sure.
We only have one more spot left for today. I'm hoping it'll be good, but the search continues for an S tier oat milk latte.
I hope we just break into the A's.
That's a good point. Now, if we found an S tier super easily, you wouldn't trust us, right? So hopefully we are developing trust with you.
We literally put in all these coffee locations into ChatGPT and we're like, hey, will you like map out a good weekly schedule for us? Make sure that all the coffee shops are super close to one another, like make it as efficient as possible. And I'm gonna have to go back and fact check them because all these coffee shops thus far have been so far from one another. Chat, you're helpful, but you're not there yet.
Our last spot for day one is the Coppola Cafe, which was founded only 3 years ago by Sicilian natives. So it's an authentic Sicilian cafe. They got pasta, they got pizza, they have sandwiches, pastries, and it feels like a true local spot. I'm pretty sure the owner herself was the one serving us. I haven't even tried it and I think I want to go back. Maybe I've had too much coffee, but the first sip was amazing. Let me mix this up a little better. Can you tell I'm really wanting to like this one? Y'all, I really want to like the places that are like local family-owned spots. It pains me to say anything negative. It's very smooth. It's probably a little bit too milky for me, but the espresso is perfect. It's not burnt. I think, again, this is probably a B tier for me.
No, that's pretty solid. It has that like classic like Italian espresso flavor, which honestly I'm really fond of. I know this might not be like everybody's cup of coffee, but I'm gonna give this B tier. Yeah, we'll go with B tier. It'd probably be like a B minus, but B tier.
What no one tells you about filming these videos is you really, really have to pee by the end of it. So we're gonna go home and we'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Solid first day. Honestly, I was hoping for better though. So I hope tomorrow we'll find some S tiers, maybe some A tiers. Only time will tell. Good morning. It is day 2. We got 5 more coffee shops that we're doing today. I'm pretty excited about the list that we have. We have some like super high-end shops and also some like super local shops. So I'm very interested to see what the ratings will be today. More than anything, I'm just really hoping that we can break into an A tier or an S tier. We'll see.
Next up, we have 11th Street Cafe. It was founded in 2006, supposedly by a family that is considered French culinary royalty. Seems just like your classic cafe. They have brunch, they have a juice bar, and their beans are roasted locally in Brooklyn.
Pre-stirred.
I gotta say, the brunch looked really good there.
It did look flamo. All right, let's try this coffee. They did have 2 sizes. How much was the coffee?
The coffee was $7.89.
With or without tip?
Before tip.
A little more expensive. Let's try it.
Oh, it has such a specific taste. It reminds me of another one.
Little thinner oat milk. I see what you're saying. But honestly, like really rich flavor.
I think the espresso is really good.
Kind of like a burnt espresso flavor if you're into that sort of thing, which I feel like most people shouldn't be, but if you're into it.
It's very strong, which I like. I love the strong espresso flavor. The color is a perfect chocolatey, milk chocolatey brown. This is what I would expect from a spot that specializes in brunch, but does coffee well. You know what I mean?
I feel like usually coffee shops are either just like good at one thing. Good at coffee, good at the food, good at ambiance. If this is like your go-to brunch spot and they have this good of coffee, like I'd be so pleasantly surprised with that. Here's what I'll say with my rating. I'm gonna give this B tier, but the rest of our B tiers thus far have probably been like B minuses, which is maybe super unhelpful for this reviewing purposes. But this is like a solid B.
I would also say a B tier. With everything else in factor, it probably would have gone up, but because we're just doing coffee, B.
Okay, we also now need to show you again our process.
Day 2, we came a little bit more prepared. Rather than using Chandler's Owala water bottle, we are using some fellow canisters. We gotta strain the ice out of it.
I can't see what you're doing.
Uh-oh. Sorry. I'll go get that.
Okay, coffee shop number 2 is Café Kitsune. This coffee shop we've actually been to before when we were in Paris with our friend Jenny. She actually took us to it. Jenny, if you're watching this, thank you. I remember the coffee being great. I don't know if it was A tier though, but this definitely seems like one of the like fanciest coffee shops that we're going to today, so it seems like the most promising. This is like a Paris meets Japan coffee hybrid that landed here in 2019. Yeah, so fairly new to New York, but they do have 26 locations all over the world. Okay, I'm excited to try this. This already feels a little bit like we're back in Paris, just a little bit. They were playing like the Parisian music in there, and I don't know, it was throwing me back. If you didn't watch our Paris food guide, go watch that video after this. We ate at some really nice spots. I wish that video did well. Oh well. All right, here's to another coffee.
Oh no.
No, I think it's really good. I think it's really good, I think. No, it's actually really solid.
Yeah, there's something about it that's a little funny. Yeah, the burns taste beant. The beans taste a little burnt. The oat milk is really good and smooth. What are you looking around at? Oh, Chandler's spoiling his rating. Okay.
You can disagree with me though. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, and maybe it's just the nostalgia I'm feeling right now, but this coffee is our first A tier.
And if I'm gonna be honest, I probably would have given it a B tier, but you know the rules. If we disagree, we go to the higher rating. So there we go, A tier.
I just felt my first raindrop.
Raindrop, drop top, robot.
Robot?
Next stop is the Elk. It was founded in 2014. It has a very woodland interior. It has a huge market inside with like very high quality, probably somewhat overpriced grocery goods, but they're always colorful and fun to look at. This is so cute.
How much was this coffee?
Before tip, like $7.75.
It's all a blur at this point. Okay, I wanted to say that this place, when we walked in it, we were like the first people there. And then immediately, like 20 people flooded the building. So I'm imagining this place is probably pretty popular on TikTok.
We had to say the classic white people thing of, we got here at the right time.
We really did though.
Cup of milk.
Cup of milk. Just a cup of milk.
Just a cup of milk.
Good milk. I mean, it's good oat milk.
Good milk.
Yeah.
Cup of milk. I'm gonna give it a C tier.
I'm gonna give it D tier. I'm not paying for a cup of milk. And this is why you're watching this video, so you can avoid paying for a cup of milk too. I will say they're probably known for their specialty lattes.
Yeah.
The picture out in front was like this like...
Cold foam, marshmallowy looking.
Yeah, it looked like a marshmallow. It looked pretty good, not gonna lie.
With our rules, that means this gets a C tier.
Sorry, the elk. You had fun ingredients inside though.
Did you say, sorry, the elk?
Yeah. Okay, the next coffee shop that we're going to is called Hungry Llama, not to be confused with Hungry Ghost. I did look up some photos of this place online, and I will say the vibes inside seem a little creepy.
Could you define creepy for our audience in the way that we use it?
When I say creepy, I mean, I'll just... Chuggy? Yeah, maybe chuggy. I'm kind of surprised there are so many places in the West Village that are so like mom and pop shop vibes. You know what I mean? Like I kind of expected most coffee shops in the West Village to feel like very pretty, very like aesthetic, but no, that's not like across the board like what you get. But I think they're known for their breakfast burritos.
It is really coming down. I need to sit with my thoughts for a moment.
That place was jam-packed. Like the busiest coffee shop we've been to in this series thus far, and it was definitely like more of like a brunch spot than like a coffee spot. I mean, people were getting to-go coffees, but the food actually did look really good, and it was pretty reasonably priced. Low expectations for a place that's mostly selling food. Let's try it though. Based off of your facial expressions, I thought this was gonna be a lot worse, but it's not a milky latte. Like there's flavor going on. It's like kind of sweet without there being any sugar in it. In low-key, it's kind of growing on me.
I know what you mean by it's growing on you. That's why I had to sit with my thoughts for a moment. The first sip, I was like, and then the second sip, I was like, It's nothing special, but there's nothing specifically bad I can report.
That's a solid review.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this...
I'm giving it a B.
Yeah, I was gonna say B. B tier.
B tier.
Better than I expected, to be honest. I also just want to say, I think a perfect description of what I meant by creepy is the fact that they had like a 24-hour fireplace live stream video going on all their TVs, but the place was packed, so obviously it's popular.
I definitely was speaking too soon. It was actually pretty cute in there.
All right, our last stop of the day is Kobrick Coffee, and I could have sworn Kobrick Coffee was technically in meatpacking, but I double-checked on Google Maps, and sure enough, there's like a little sliver of what I think most people consider meatpacking is technically part of West Village. All right, so Kobrick Coffee was a coffee shop that we went to a lot back in 2019. It actually used to just be like this like cocktail / coffee lounge, and it was like only sit down coffee. Then they expanded, did more food. It's like a bigger, just like standard coffee shop now. Plus they still have their like side building. It still has like cocktails and like sit down coffee. But since they've expanded, personally, I feel like their coffee has gone downhill. But today will be the true test, so let's try it out.
Honestly, the espresso is much better than I remember, but they use the Pacific Foods oat milk. I saw them putting it in there, and it's super granular. It almost tastes like you're like chewing. Try it.
Chewing is crazy. Ew. Oh, it is like you're chewing. Oh my gosh, why is it so thick?
It's so thick.
It's like, it's mucusy. That's what
Oh my god.
No, but seriously, that's the best description of it, right? I'm so sorry, but is that like F tier?
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, actually for me, this is C tier. Like
Really?
I don't mind it that much. I like the flavor of it. I just don't like the texture of the oat milk.
I'm gonna give this F tier. This like literally tastes like mucus. Actually, the espresso taste isn't that bad. You're right, but like pick a better oat milk. That's just like kind of horrendous.
Okay,
I don't know
okay, be gentler, be gentler.
It's bad. It's bad. Okay, but luckily we are meeting in the middle. This is D tier. Wow, dang, Kobrick, come on. I will stand by their like sit down coffee experience and their cocktails. That is still very fun.
They have like a cold brew Negroni, I think, or like an espresso Negroni. It's so good. All their like espresso infused drinks are really, really good. But it's also been 6 years since I've had those, so.
So take our word for it. Whew, okay, day 2, done. 2 more days of this. You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Day 1 was honestly kind of stressful because all of the coffee shops were in so many different locations. But now that they are all reordered and closer to each other, it makes for a less stressful day. Wouldn't you say?
Agreed.
I'm feeling hopeful today.
I am too.
I'm excited. This will be fun.
Tummy hurts.
Yeah.
And I haven't even had coffee.
Maybe that's why your tummy hurts. Alrighty, coffee shop number 1 of the day, the Ad Hoc Collective. Okay, this coffee shop was founded in June 2017, and it's a super like cozy, vintage living room vibe. Everything's very like antique and curated. It's also a laptop-free zone, and they do offer a fair amount of like small bites and even mocktails in the evening. Again, we're not rating on the vibes, but if we were, this looks pretty cute.
That place was adorable.
I know, this makes me wish we were like rating these based off the vibes because that was so cute inside.
I feel like I would love like a cold, wintry Saturday morning there.
Apparently you can have your laptop out. I kind of liked it. They had rules. You could use a laptop for 1 hour if you bought food and 30 minutes if you bought a drink.
It's kind of brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that.
Why not? Let's taste the coffee though.
Taste test. Last thing I'll say is this was the most expensive drink.
Oh really? How much was it?
I think before tip, it was around $8.50.
It's not gonna sway my vote, but something to keep in mind.
I think this one's pretty good.
We're looking for S tier though. I don't know how I feel about that. It's like sour espresso. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, there is a little bit of sour.
I do feel like certain fancy espresso beans are kind of sour. You know what I mean? Like
It
when you get like a
doesn't- it
really
doesn't
good
taste
pour over.
burnt.
Yeah, no, it doesn't taste burnt. But
Yeah.
like when you get a really good pour over, it kind of is a little sour.
Yeah.
It's that sort of vibe.
Yeah, you're right. It tastes less like espresso and more like a pour over or like a cold brew.
I'm gonna give this B tier.
That's exactly what I was gonna give it.
I mean, it's solid. It's
Yeah.
solid. Actually, better than I would have expected. Any place, again, I guess I've already said this, any place that does a lot of food options, I'm not expecting to have good coffee. So B tier, again, it's solid for what it is.
And if someone invited me to coffee there, I would go back.
Oh, absolutely. I actually do want to go back there. I want to try some of their food. I want to sit in that cozy little cafe and work on my laptop for an hour if I buy food or 30 minutes if I buy a drink. New concoction here of...
Chandler. Next up, we are going to Radiant Cafe. It's a cozy, beloved neighborhood cafe, supposedly with some very strong espresso, which I feel like we need that right now. And it has a 5-star Yelp rating. I don't know if we've been to a place like that yet. Good. Could I just get an iced oat milk latte to go, please? Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, loving the fact that it is a small coffee.
Small coffee, if you watch Portlandia. 12 ounce, love a 12.
And it's not just for the fact that it's small, it's for the fact that the ratios are about to be proportional, in my opinion.
Don't respond. That's great.
That's fantastic.
That's amazing.
That's really good. Smooth is the first word coming to mind.
Totally. Kind of chocolatey.
Chocolatey, espresso-y, not too milky, proportional.
That's pretty freaking good.
I know, I'm like, how do you make it better than that?
You know what I would give this?
Yeah, what?
An A+.
No, okay, that's pretty much where I'm at too. I'm like, this is A tier for sure.
At least.
But I'm like, how do you even like cross the line into S tier? I don't even know.
I think there's a better espresso out there.
It could still pack a little bit more punch. Even though
Yes.
like the ratios are correct, like it still needs a little more
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, A tier. We are almost there. I'm hopeful the place we're about to go to in a couple will be our S tier.
But can we talk about the fact that this was an unexpected A tier? That's fun.
I love an unexpected A tier.
Oh, look at that. And then I want one last sip of A tier, so. Well, what's great about this activity is like you can do this at the beginning of the week and then you have the coffee for the rest of the week.
It's true. We still have day 2's coffees in our fridge.
Next off, we are going to Partner Coffee. They actually sell these Partners, sorry. Next up, we are going to Partners Coffee. A ton of coffee shops actually use Partners Coffee beans for their espresso, so I've never actually been to like an actual dedicated Partners coffee shop. So I'm excited to try. Their desserts in there looked honestly amazing. Their cookies were so fat and thick. Let's try it. Okay, solid. Nothing too crazy. I will say like the inside of here is like giving like chain vibe, kind of like a classic like New York chain, like a Joe Coffee or like a Think Coffee. And I'd say this tastes very like on par with that.
Oh. But there's kind of like a cinnamony flavor to it. I like that. Yeah, it's like sweeter. I think what I'm looking for in a coffee drink is like, you want the juxtaposition of like, you can taste the espresso in solidarity from the milk, yet they also blend together perfectly. Do you know what I mean? This tastes like they almost blend too well, that it just is like coffee milk. I feel like we're sounding so critical. I think for me, this is C tier.
I totally agree. This is either like a C+ or like a B-. It's like right on the line. I'm gonna give it C tier as well.
Our next stop may be our S tier spot. And if it's not, boy, have I lost hope in New York. This place is called Do Not Feed Alligators. It opened up in 2021. It's kind of like an artsy cafe. Their coffee is set apart because it's all single origin, similarly to places like La Cabra that's super popular here in New York City. It's very cozy, it's very artsy, no laptops. I feel like it's everything you want from like a cool coffee shop. I'm not gonna comment. Wait.
I know,
no.
I know. Dang, we really thought this was gonna be S tier. It's not looking like that.
And maybe we just need to get their hot drink, but because that's what we had last time and it was amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
I still think this is A tier.
Agreed. We're like disappointed that it's A tier.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
No, it's still A tier. And
so great.
2 A tiers in one day is fantastic.
That is fantastic. I'm happy about that. Last stop of the day, we are going to Madman Espresso. Never been to this shop either. You probably could have guessed that. This shop opened up in 2012 and they're really known for their baked goods, but they also do plenty of coffee specialty drinks as well. Apparently people like their paninis and flatbreads. Let's see how their coffee is.
Three small coffees in one day.
Really?
I know, the after. The initial?
The initial, wow. The after, burnt.
A little burnt.
Very burnt.
The initial, wow. Maybe this is controversial, but I'd rather have like a little burnt espresso flavor than like way too light and weak of an espresso flavor.
That's fair.
Because I like the strength of the espresso. That being said, for me, this is a B tier.
Yeah, you probably could have guessed it by now by the way that we're judging all these. This is definitely B tier for me as well, but strong B tier, like maybe B+. Like I would definitely be happy with this. With that,
Okay,
this
that
wraps up day 3.
three.
If you haven't subscribed yet, now is a good time to do so. And give this video a thumbs up to help us pay for the mass amount of coffees that we're paying this month. Let us know what neighborhood we should do next and what food group. If you think we should do something other than coffee.
Flatbreads.
Flatbreads.
Poof, we're right back where you last saw us. And for our last and final day, it is, you guessed it, raining. Our first stop of the day is Rhythm Zero. It's a boutique and gallery and a coffee shop all in one. I've heard about this one, but we've never been. Oh, huh. It says opening at 12 a.m. Okay, so this is a first. It is closed. It's not closed. I think there's a private event going on, but I got confused because it said opening at 12 a.m., which means midnight. I think they meant 12 p.m. But it's okay. AM and PM is a confusing differentiation. We might try to come back again before we post this video, but if we don't, for now, we'll just make their score N/A.
Well, it's really unfortunate that that didn't work out, but on to coffee shop number 2. Like Lucy said, this is actually the one that we've already been to one other time. I kind of forget how I felt about the coffee, to be honest. We were hanging out with some friends and I wasn't really examining it. So we are examining the coffee today. Gonna give it a review. We are going to St. George's. Future Chandler, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this shop is owned by Brandy Melville. kind of random. Most notable thing about this place is just how much room there is to sit in the upstairs and downstairs, and they also don't upcharge for their oat milk. So let's see how this is. I'm noticing that like most of the places in the West Village like don't allow laptops. First sip of the day is always a little rough because it's like your palate is adjusting.
Right.
It's adjusting. It's definitely solid. Like I'm really content with it. It's got a little bit of that like burnt espresso flavor, but like not overwhelming. So like it's still like fairly well balanced. Oh, sorry, I guess I have the mic. I was like, why is she not saying anything?
I like this one. I think it's a smooth blended. I actually don't taste the burnt that you're talking about at all. I think that like the first sip of the day actually always tastes better, you know? So like it immediately, you can taste the coffee immediately, and then I start to adjust and like become a little more fussy.
You always have like the best takes, I feel like, on
Chandler.
like I feel like you're living in my brain when you describe the way that you're feeling. I'm like, yes, that is exactly the way I would describe that. But dare I say it, I'm personally, I don't know what you're gonna give it. I'm gonna give this A tier. Maybe it is just the first sip of the day factor, but I think it's really good.
I'm gonna give it an A tier as well.
Starting off the day with an A tier. That's pretty fantastic.
One last thing we forgot to mention about St. George's is that it was by far the most reasonable coffee. It was less than $5.50 for an oat milk latte before tip. We're looking at $7 or $8 for the rest of these places, so that's a huge win in our book too. Next up we have Bedford Studio, and this is unique. This is a coffee shop and workspace hybrid. It only opened in 2023, so it's very new. It offers membership access for co-working, and you can host events there. But is a co-working space gonna have an S-tier latte?
Let's give this a try.
That's pretty perfect.
Honestly, a lot better than I expected. I saw them pouring out some of their hot lattes, and you know when you like don't see latte art, you just kind of assume the worst. Maybe that's bad to say, but like I just kind of assume that it's not going to be all that great.
She's doing an amazing job with those espresso pulls.
Yeah, you could tell she was like definitely taking her time.
I don't think an iced oat milk latte can get any better than this.
That means it's S tier, Lucy.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's anything else you could do to this to make this better.
I'm a little bit in disbelief because I just really wasn't expecting this to be S tier, so.
After weeks of working towards this goal, have we reached it, Chandler?
I am almost not trusting myself, but I think this is S tier.
Sorry, that was just a thumbnail idea.
I think I was I was expecting the S tier to feel more overwhelming, but I mean, you're right. I don't know what you could do to make this better. It's balanced, it's strong, it's a good oat milk.
This might be the best iced oat milk latte I've had in the city.
Well, that would be S tier, I guess.
I think, yeah. All right, are we gonna say with confidence?
I guess. No,
we found S tier. That was really embarrassing. I'm gonna be honest with you, we started feeling a little bit guilty that we weren't gonna be hitting 5 coffee shops today. But we were like, you know, it was closed, it's not our fault. The next place was closed too. And we said, enough is enough. So we did a little research and we did find 2 more coffee shops. Hear us out. We did do a lot of research for this video and these did not come up on our initial pass through. That's on us, but we can rename the video trying every coffee shop that's open in the West Village. That was so serendipitous. We weren't planning on going to this coffee shop. Obviously, you know the context. But right when we walked in, we saw 2 of our close friends from church and they actually frequent this place. So we wanted to get their take on it. It was good.
Like, I got espresso over ice, and it just wasn't my favorite espresso flavor, but I think that is like a personal bean preference as opposed to like them doing a bad job.
For the record, the coffee shop just got.
But now it's our time to shine, so cheers. I don't think I like that one very much.
It looks a little underwhelming. Oh, that's a cup of milk. That's just a cup of milk. This is like, I feel like on the edge of D and C. I give it a C.
I think I'm gonna give this a C as well. I was kind of on the cusp, but honestly, thinking back to the ones we gave Ds on day 1, this is not that bad. However, I will say, based on what our friend Kiana said about the syrups, I think if you go here, that might be the way to go.
So I got an almond milk latte, a house-made date syrup. And so here's where I'm gonna differ from Elise. I think you should get, if that's okay, I think you should get, when you come here, the syrup, because they make it. Oh. You just got espresso over ice, no sweetener. No. This was delightful.
All right, stop number 4, Amano Cafe. This spot apparently is well known for having like very locally sourced beans. Everything that they make in the shop has been roasted in New York in the past 10 days, so the freshness should be on point. Look, Lou, we're back where we started.
These places really were not in order. We did not do a good job on day one, but we figured it out. I feel like I know the West Village like the back of my hand now.
I can't believe that one was so close to one of the ones that we tried on day one, but it's already feeling like we're coming full circle. But we still got 2 more to review. Let's do it.
Okay, it's a little sour.
If you are looking for a place to work in the West Village, that definitely seemed like your spot. It was fairly empty, lots of tables. You didn't have to pay to sit there. I mean, I guess besides for buying a coffee or something.
I didn't love that it was $8.50 before tip.
Right?
There's a strong correlation between expensive and not our favorites.
Let's share our votes on the count of 3, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, C.
D.
D.
Well, that means we have to give it a C.
I honestly think this was just as bad as the last one we had.
No, this one's a lot worse to me.
I feel like you're more opinionated about this than I am. And I know we have been going to the higher denominator, but we're gonna change things up. Lucy, we're going with your D tier.
Okay. You can have the rest of this one.
I feel like, oh boy, thanks Lou. All right, it's that time, the final coffee shop. Our last stop is called Casa next door, and just like it sounds, it's a coffee shop that is attached to this little bookstore. I saw some people eating their breakfast burritos, and they looked really good. You could easily miss this place, kind of a hole in the wall, but let's see how the coffee is.
Final sip of the series. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. It just didn't seem like they would specialize in coffee. I think I really like this. This is really good.
I'll be the judge of that. Oh, you're right. Better than I expected. We're right outside, so I feel bad reviewing it right here, but it's definitely like a strong espresso flavor. It definitely feels like more like Italian kind of beans. There's more of like a nutty essence going on. It definitely packs a punch. I wouldn't say it's like the smoothest latte in the world. I'm personally gonna give this B tier.
Chandler, like, this is A tier for me.
No way.
This is A tier. We're ending it with a bang. Per our rules, that means we're giving this an A tier, even though we broke our rules literally last time. Forget about that. Just forget about it.
Thank you so much for coming along to our series. And if you want us to do this again in a different neighborhood, comment down below what neighborhood we should try out next. Or if there's like a different food group you want us to try. This has honestly been really fun. If you haven't already, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out our channel. And yeah, Lucy, any last words?